One of the really important things is that we be all pulling together on this, the Team Canada approach.
I'm calling on Prime Minister Trudeau to put partisanship aside and in the spirit of Team Canada.
Order? How worried are you about these tariffs?
So after Justin Trudeau went to a concert with his daughter, I'm not calling him out for that. Like, it's nice of him to actually spend time with his daughter and look like he was actually trying to have fun. But I will call him out for calling the pro-Palestinian protest in Montreal a anti-NATO rally. That was the biggest, like, terrorist supporter rally I've seen in Canada ever since the beginning of the war in Israel. Well, the beginning of the war, ever since October 7th. Now, anyways, after this, Justin Trudeau made a post. And in his post, Pierre Poilievre calls him out. And Pierre Poilievre's post actually got 6 million views. That's insane. After that post, Pierre Poilievre, in the new polls, hit his record with his biggest lead so far, a massive 30-point lead. He went up in the polls at 47%. 260 seats. The Bloc Québécois 42. The NDP would have 21. The Liberals 18. And the Green Party would have 2 seats. That's insane. 260 seats. Donald Trump told Justin Trudeau and Canada that if they did not secure the border, he would impose 25% tariffs on Canadian imports and on pretty much anything that came from Canada. Unless you're an expert in Vive sessions, unless you're a liberal expert in Vive sessions, you will understand right away.
People have been talking about a vibe session and how that is a challenge for the Canadian economy.
There aren't many liberals that understand what a vibe session is, and I don't think any Canadians actually know what that means, but there are many Canadians right now that do understand that what Donald Trump said yesterday basically means that the carbon tax would cripple our economy. If they quadrupled the carbon tax, they will cripple our economy. If Donald Trump puts 25% tariffs, Canada's economy will cripple, bankrupt, like the end of Canada. So Pierre Poilievre today just actually offered Justin Trudeau a deal to axe the tax now. He basically just asked Justin Trudeau to put partisanship aside and actually offers him a deal.
I'm calling on Prime Minister Trudeau to put partisanship aside and in the spirit of Team Canada to accept that he cannot go ahead with quadrupling the carbon tax to 61 cents a litre. This was an irresponsible policy to begin with, but combining this kind of crippling energy tax increase with potential tariffs from Donald Trump would push our economy into a nightmare and a tailspin. So let's put partisanship aside and axe the tax. Second, the Prime Minister has to put aside partisanship and in the spirit of Team Canada, cancel his energy cap, which would see Alberta and Saskatchewan produce 35% less energy at a time when we need those jobs. It is our biggest industry and our biggest export. The incoming American president says he wants to cut gas prices in half. Well, the only way to do it will be to import more clean Canadian energy, so the Prime Minister has to stop this assault on our biggest industry. Next, he has to cancel all tax increases on work, investment, and making stuff in Canada. Finally, he needs to renew and restart the commitment to end the softwood lumber tariffs and the Buy America policies, just like Stephen Harper was successful in doing, even though Justin Trudeau has not been able to do that under 3 presidents and 9 years. On security. About a week ago, Justin Trudeau admitted that he broke our immigration system. and that brings new challenges. His own published documents show there are 4.9 million people here temporarily that are supposed to leave by December 31st of next year, 13 months from now. 4.9 million people. We asked what the plan was to track their departures, and yesterday his immigration minister said, we're just going to take people at their word. He admits that there have been 2 ISIS terrorists allowed into our country. What is the plan to protect our security and reinstate sovereignty over who is in our country? Military. Justin Trudeau has demolished our military with poor decisions, botched procurements, and wasted money. One thing he could do today is announce that his planned billion-dollar cut to the military is cancelled, and then present a real plan to reallocate money away from lower priorities towards rebuilding our military and reinforcing our military security over North America. And finally, on drugs. I don't want to stop drug overdoses to please Donald Trump. I want to stop drug overdoses so that there's not one more mother with her face buried in a pillow sobbing that she just lost her kid after 47,000 other Canadians have died. That's more than we lost in the Second World War. A 200% annual increase in drug overdose deaths have resulted from Justin Trudeau's radical liberalization of drugs. Justin Trudeau must put partisanship aside, not just for the sake of Team Canada, but for the sake of our people, and fully reverse his liberalization of drugs. Ban them, prosecute those who traffic in them, secure our borders against the illegal importation of fentanyl ingredients, put people in treatment and recovery to bring our loved ones home drug-free. That is necessary now more than ever. Look, President Trump has the right to put his workers and his nation's security first. I will put Canada's workers and Canada's security first. We need a Prime Minister with the strength and the smarts, the brains and the backbone to stand up for this country, to rebuild our security, our military, and our economy. That is what I will do. Let's bring it home.
There's 4.9 million Canadians, temporary workers that are supposed. There's 4.9 million migrants in Canada right now that are supposed to leave on their own. We're just going to have to take them at their word and trust that they will leave. 4.9 million migrants that we're not too sure where they're at right now. A lot of these people, they don't leave. Why would they leave? They came here to work. They're not coming here to go back to their country, man. You always need to take these people by the hand and send them back home. So what Donald Trump said yesterday on January 20th, as one of my first many executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Canada and Mexico 25% tariffs on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. Now, Justin Trudeau called apparently Donald Trump, and Justin Trudeau, he's like, oh, we had a good conversation, we're going to be able to do this, blah, blah.
Last night again, we obviously talked about laying out the facts, talking about how the intense and effective connections between our two countries flow back and forth. We talked about some of the challenges that we can work on together. It was a good call. This is something that we can do, laying out the facts.
Now, like Justin Trudeau's face after he talked to Donald Trump doesn't reassure me not one bit. He doesn't look like he's honest that he had a good conversation with Donald Trump. Now, what happened in Montreal anyways, just cut Trudeau's head off. He's done. He should take Pierre Poilievre's deal right now because he's literally done. There's nothing he can do to beat Pierre Poilievre anymore. those pro-Palestinian supporters in the United States bothered the American citizens. They bothered the American citizens so much that even the Muslims were voting for Donald Trump. At least 15 million people voted for Donald Trump because they were annoyed by these people blocking the streets, chanting pro-Palestinian stuff that to me sounds like terrorists, like supporters. People are just sick and tired of that stuff. It's like, what's more annoying? The Don't Stop Oil people blocking the roads or the pro-Palestinian people blocking the roads? They're both annoying. I would just roll them over with my car, to be honest. Like, if I see these people in the middle of the street, like, I'll be like, oh, I wasn't looking. Like, I put the brakes on, there was some snow in the street, like, I didn't see them, my bad. Like, all jokes aside, there's a lot of people in Canada that are fed up with this stuff, especially, now in Montreal even more. Like, every newspaper and every radio right now in Canada and in Quebec is destroying Justin Trudeau. And Quebec has a big population compared to the rest of Canada. Other than Ontario, like, it has the biggest population. So, like, don't piss off the French Canadian voters. Share the video if you want to help us out, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Comment down below, and thanks for watching.